My new Rocco.
Hi you guys, I'm Gwendolyn, and for today's video I would like to share with you something special that I got and let you hang out with me just a little bit for today. Heading to the kitchen area in a second, but there's my bird of paradise. It's up there now. I check on my plants. Hi, in the mirror. I check on my plants all the time, and the other one, I forgot that little one, but I'm going to give you a little bit more of a rundown. There's our guinea pig in there. Her name is Princess Peach, and she's in there. So I'm going to give you a little bit more of a rundown on some of my plants because I love these babies. This one I love, called like the 4-leaf clover. I love it, and this rope is one of my complete favorite. And I love the Monstra. This is like the cottage cheese one. I forgot the name of some of these. What is it? Peperomia. I love that little thingy. Sorry, it wasn't in there, wasn't focused. Oh my gosh, I love some of these. This is a type of a palm, I think, I think this is one of the, I forgot the name of it, and this was one of the ones that was tested that was sent out to in space and things like that. But anyway, it's so many of my plants. I just changed the arrangement a little bit of some of them so some of them get a little bit more light. Now this is my new Monstra. I have another one in the coming right down my stairs. I have one, and this is one of my favorite babies right here too. So I have a few of them right there. I'm getting ready to make me a little bit of coffee. I'm going to show you really quickly my other monster. I have a spider plant. You can hardly see it up there because I turned it here. A couple of my snake plants and things like that, and my what is this called? Every time I'm trying to film with these things, I forget. Ponytail. That's a ponytail snake plant, and I have a Monstra right here. As soon as you come down my staircase, I love how big that thing grows. It grows crazy. Some of our pictures up there. But anyway, so I love it. And I have one over there by the, and then like I said, I bought another one. I got this one at Stater Brothers as well. And it's beautiful. I love all my rain boots down there. It's been raining so much. Those boots are cute. Sorry about the slight mess over there. My dog was eating. She eats over there, so I have to clean the floor from her dripping. You guys know I adopted a greyhound. So anyway, I'm going to later go over a little bit more of the types of plants that I have. Right now, I'm just trying to give you a rundown on a few of them, and up there are some of my absolute favorites, my string of pearls and things like that, and my string of bananas. The thing was really short when I first got it, and it's grown all the way down to here, from up there. It is beautiful, and I love that my monkey tail, I love it. And it's starting to blossom. I'm going to show you a little bit more detail about my plants later. But a string of pearls, string of pearls, string of pearls. I have a string of dolphins right here. I forgot which one this is. This is the string of the tears, I think, the teardrops. I think that's one, and this one are the teardrops. And those are pearls. I think this one is pearls as well. But when they need to be watered, they get a little bit less rounded. But you need to let them dry out pretty much. They're a type of, I think they're in a succulent family because they kind of hold their water. And this one is I forgot which one that one is because it's like, it's hard to see the way I'm facing, sorry. But anyway, I'll show you more about my plants later. I go into a little bit more detail. And these are some of my absolute favorites, but I'll walk you through it a little bit later. But I'm getting ready to make my coffee. Okay, I don't know how well you guys can see what I'm doing, but I'm going to get ready to make me a Americano. I'm going to turn on my machine so it can start heating up. Now typically I should have my portafilter in there in the window. But just because I'm mentioning things, just because I don't assume everybody always knows the names of all these items. So I heated up the machine and waited on it to start my Breville, the Express. And I still haven't walked you guys through the complete setup. Hold on for a second, let me add some water. Okay, so I needed to add some water because I changed out my filter the other day and things like that. And I've had my first cleaning with the Breville. I keep looking at the monitor. I have a bad habit of that. But I've done my first cleaning. It was pretty easy. It was so easy that when I read the instructions and things like that, when I first got the machine, I read the instructions, and then I also looked at a couple of videos on YouTube, whatever, and I promise you, people made it so complex. They made it complex, and it's so simple to clean it, just my opinion. But anyway, so I go ahead and rinse the portafilter, because that heats it up. So you can start when you, like I've said before in a video or two, talking about making any type of espressos or cappuccinos and things like that. You want to heat, because this is an espresso machine, not a coffee maker, but whatever we call things is what we call them. But so anyway, and you want it to start out being hot. You want your beverage hot, whatever. Even if you're going to make a cold drink, you do use some of your beverage, usually your coffee grounds or whatever, like your beans and things like that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, once you grind them, you still heat them through the machine before you use them for whatever else, thing you're going to make. So unless I'm mistaken, let me get this going. Okay, so I'm going to run another cycle through there. Make sure I like how hot it gets. Okay, so I'm going to dump this. My sink is over here. Just going to dump that, put this up here, because that works like a warmer. It is a warmer, pretty much, and it keeps the cup a little bit warm while I'm waiting to add my coffee grounds to my portafilter. I'm sorry if my shirt keeps on. This thing is so, well, not so, that's an over-exaggeration, but it is too big. So anyway, I'm going to start this. It's going to be a little bit noisy, but it is what it is. And these are new beans, and I noticed that they seem to go a little bit, I can tell the machine seems like it's doing everything faster. I always go usually 2 times, whatever, to fill this the way I like it. It's just, you have to sort of get a feel for it. So the thing is, when I talk about, I keep showing different times when I'm making my own drink and things like that. It's because I'm sorry, right-handed, so I got to turn this way. But it's because I want to emphasize, do what works for you. Don't be intimidated by these, all these barista type of people on here that are so skilled don't get intimidated when you're preparing any drink or meal or anything. In my opinion, let it be something that you like. And so you got to get a feel. I'm adding a tiny bit more to my portrait filter. And I press the button over filter size to stop it at will. I stop it where I think I want it. But I just kind of play around with it. But at the end of the day, like I said, you're trying to get something for the way you like it. That's the whole point. You buy things, we buy our beverages and things like that from different baristas or whatever, wherever we get them. But we do it because we like the product. So, and they're not all professional, anyone out there making our things that we like to eat or drink. It's not always so. And so you just start getting a feel for how you like it, find your comfort in what you're doing, so you don't get intimidated by watching people and thinking you can't create a really good drink. And that's what I used to do. I was so nervous to start doing this initially. I was just scared because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make a good beverage. And it had me so stressed. And I realized I was stressing over nothing. Or maybe not, I may not be in the screen, but I realized I was just stressing over nothing. And I was like, God, I got this thing home, and I just started to, like now, it's wet under there a little bit because sometimes I stop and dry off everything, and I'm just doing it however and making it work. Because like I said, I'm the one drinking this beverage. So that's just what I do. When the portrait filter is really full, that's what I was just struggling with a little bit. When it's full to the brim, it's harder to put the portrait filter up in this little slot. I think so. So that lets me know I filled it pretty well, but sometimes I need to take a tiny bit off the top. That's what I was doing. And that's just something I learned on my own, right? I play around with this thing and I just figure out what works for me. And that's it. Now I'm going to press the double to see what I end up with, and I never know. I don't always know because I change my beans, I mix my beans, I do all the wrong stuff. People would get at me. I do everything wrong, but I don't throw out my beans. But however, I got a good pressure for the beverage that I'm making because I keep experimenting, and I've mixed my beans because I'm not going to throw some out just because I have a few in there. That's just me. I'm just, like I said, I'm home to it. I'm not serving this professionally or anything like that. And my drink always comes out really good. So like for instance, here is the beverage, like the espresso. Now what I'm going to do is add water straight from the machine. I rinse everything. Sorry, I just take my time to rinse my stuff. This is just the mat that I use when I put my portrait filter on here to tamp it. I put it on here so it doesn't slide on the counter, or I don't break the, what do they call, the little prongs at the end of it. Would be hard to do, but just because I do it, they're really solid, this stainless steel. But anyway, so I'm going to make it Americano, so whatever they call it, that's what I call it, like an American. But, so I'm going to add water. I'm just turning it on here. And this is sort of bringing an espresso over to more of the coffee side, just because of the way it's going to taste. Because this is completely watering it down. That's my opinion. I didn't create the product or anything like that, but it waters it down so it makes it taste lesser like just a shot of an espresso or even a cappuccino, because there's no milk added to this or anything like that. No lattes and all that, which are more of a cold beverage. But anyway, so that makes it more to taste more like a coffee and things like that. And just for the record, I think I've said it before, because, and then like with the, if people like more caffeine, things like that, if they want to get to that, you know, the shots, the espresso shots don't give you much of that, or it depends on how much, the quantity that you're using, right? It just depends, because you can put enough, add enough shots, and then now you're picking up more caffeine, things like that, because the shots itself, as my understanding, don't really give you that caffeine boost necessarily, but the levels of what someone is using, how strong the beans are, whatever, I wouldn't know. So that's just my understanding. But anyway, but the more shots, like this is a double, so I would expect, if I didn't think that I had caffeine in here, that would make me think that I do now, because I added a double shot, even though I have water. Things like the coffee has more of the caffeine itself, just the coffee. But anyway, I'm not going to keep going. I don't want to try to act like an expert in anything. These are just things I've learned and I've heard. I could be incorrect, but that's the way I've understood it. But what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and add creamer, because I don't like black coffee. I don't like just a straight shot of espresso. I don't like the real strong taste of any black coffee, things like that. So I'm going to add some milk. I got to go get me, some creamer. Let me go over here, get me some creamer. And I think I'm going to use the caramel macchiato. I think this is the one I'm going to use, just because it makes it a little more sweet. And that's a lot, but I want a kind of a sweet drink this morning. I don't want it too strong, anything like that. That's strictly for my preference. And excuse me being too close. I keep walking in on the camera, but this may be really good. That's pretty good. So I'm going to take you guys back upstairs with me, because I'm going to show you why I brought you on here. I want to share something with you. So give me a second. I'm going to turn this off and go back upstairs. Ooh. Okay, I am headed upstairs. Got my beverage. Put my phone in my pocket. I'm going to try to let you guys see the guinea pig. I'm looking over at her. I'm going to see if I can get her in here. Hold on, let me flip you over. Hope it doesn't cut off. Okay, let's see. She ran. Little booger. Hi, Peach. Hi, sweetie. Let's see if we can get a little glimpse of her. Hi there. Hi. Hi. Hi, Peach. So much good. I tried to get her. I don't know if you saw her or not. And I tried. She's you know how any type of the guinea pigs, the hamsters, the lighting's gonna keep changing because I'm just walking upstairs, but you guys know how that goes, where those little things, they're going to run if you come up, whatever. I mean, if they see us, they're gonna run initially until she gets more, like more comfortable with us, whatever. What's gonna sit back there in my favorite seat. That's what I see. My books are over there. Well, some other junk, but that's where I sit. I like to sit to just have some me time, reading, things like that. That's my little spot. So, but right now, I brought you guys over here. I'm gonna get out of your face in a second, where it won't be so close. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you. Please excuse me being too far away, not close enough or whatever. Keep looking at the monitor because I'm trying to make sure I'm there. Okay, so, and I know you may be thinking, what is she doing with those really big hoops on? Well, they're the only yellow
goldish yellow color that I have. But I like really large hoops sometimes, especially when my hair is, it's like braided, or what are these things called, you guys? The type of a twist. You see there? And it's like, so that's what's going on with that. So, okay, this is what I wanted to show you. I know it's like the girl's still doing this handbag thing. I always do that. I know when you guys watch my videos, I always gotta say stuff. I do this a lot. I mess with my hair a lot in my face because like the window is open over here, and it just blows strands in across my eyes. So I'm constantly picking at it, but don't let it bother you. This is what I wanted to show you. You probably see it on this right now. My new, from Fashionphile, my new Rocco handbag. It's like, what is the color? It's like a silver metal. The metal is the hardware. This is like a, what is this called? The, you know, like the, oh my gosh, I went to blank. Metallic. See there? It's like a metallic. It may not look so grand on there, on the camera, whatever, but this bag is so adorable. And I just got it, as you can tell, why I have the thingy on here. And you guys know how Fashionphile works, maybe like some other companies as well, I don't know. You remove this when you want to, when you know you're going to purchase, to keep the purchase. And I'm definitely going to keep it. I just waited to show you guys the bag. I love, these are, this brand of a bag is becoming some type of an obsession of mine. I think it is so beautiful, so well made, so durable. I love this bag. I love this bag. And you know I had, oh my gosh, oh my God, the girl's stripping. Can't do that. Have to change this too. What do the people call those? Oh, what is the thing called, that paid accounts where people do that, pay something. You know, when people do whatever they do and people pay to see them. What I can't think of. I'm so blank. My mind is just blank today. But, okay, anyway, but I love this so much. And you know I have others, right? You can see them a little bit here sitting next to me. This is like my favorite little spot to sit right by my window. One of my windows, of course, I have others, but, and I sip my, whatever my beverages. Coffee, espresso, what is it? I don't do a lot of lattes, but I love, even hot cocoa I love. I love warm drinks. Okay. But this one, and so you remember I have this one. This one looks a little bit bigger, maybe because they have you know, those thingies in there. It's all plumped up, whatever, and it's just dark inside. It's a black with the metallic, the silver metallic inside. It's just black in there. I keep looking at the monitor because I'm looking definitely at the bag now, making sure I can see it and making sure we're still recording. So don't take offense to me not looking directly at you guys, because I'm definitely talking to you. Okay, so anyway, I think it's a little bit larger, or it's just the way it's stuffed, than my other Roccos, the typical, and this is pebbled leather. This is, I think, more of a smooth leather. This one is, but they're both Roccos, no matter how large one looks, maybe because this one's folded in a little bit more. This is the softest bag. Okay, and this is another pebbled leather. This one has something in it. So it's kind of drooped because it has something I left in it. And this is also a Rocco, but it's like my tangerine, I think they would call it, or some type of an orange. I'm not sure of the color, I can't remember. But each one of these came from Fashionphile, if I'm not mistaken. Let me be sure. Yes, came from Fashionphile. And what is in here? Where's my bag all? All this wallet I was looking for. I've transitioned through, I'm trying to go through my bag some more. Oh, my heart that I've been looking for. But I'm going to do, okay, what I'm going to do is, I'm looking down in this bag and just seeing what all that stuff down in here and left. Oh, here's one of the pochettes I was looking for with my business cards in here. Yes, still have a few business cards, you guys, because you guys know that I'm a life coach, correct? So here are a few of my cards. I'll show you, because I'm trying to be all smexy. Oh yeah, it's up to date with my current information on it. See there? Anyway, and there, the one's like, you know, pretty sturdy. So people can't just tear my card up and throw it to the side. If I give them a card, if I'm out somewhere, oh, you're keeping that card. I got that thing laminated and everything, but not in here. Oh, my little tarot cards. You don't get nervous. Every time I talk about tarot cards, I think some people are going to be, oh my gosh, don't even try it. I love my Lord, God, Jesus Christ, and all the above. Don't get it twisted. I just like the it's just something odd about how these things just hit some pivotal points in our lives, just like the zodiac signs, correct? So anyway, that's the way I look at them. It's nothing more, nothing less. It's nothing. I always say this because I know that there are people out there that, like I was one that thought people were, you know, worshiping something they shouldn't if they messed around with cards and things like that. I was one of those people, and sort of. I not try to pretend to be so innocent, but I was like, oh, I don't mess around with my spirituality. But after I started reading and studying and researching a lot about the study of tarot cards and things like that, I realized it has nothing to do with my Lord Savior, nothing directly, correct? And just like oh Lord, the bad girl went from a bag to talk about the Holy Spirit and the Lord. I just got to, because no different. I'm sorry to say this, but any object, right? Whether it be the Holy Bible, no disrespect, just hear me out. Whether it be the Holy Bible, a cross that we carry, or anything, there's still objects that could be demolished, destroyed, and things like that, correct? That's why your spirituality, your belief, well, I don't call it your belief, beliefs change, in my opinion. But your faith and things like that is something that's inside of you. Your Savior, your Lord and Savior, whomever, whatever that may be, no judgment on anybody, should be something that's within you. It's something that lives within you, because objects can be destroyed. I'm sorry to just say that, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, but like I say, any object that we hold, whether it be a Holy Bible, anything, can just be destroyed. So you can't put stock in an object. You can't say they're possessed, they're this and that and other, or they're the whatever. Honestly, you can't. People can't put spells on you and things like that. That's, in my belief, they can't. No one has that kind of power. And so when you're tampering around with or messing around with objects, how you feel, what you believe, this, when I'm saying believe, what you believe, what you think, your mind is very powerful. So you can believe something is going on, or there are people that could probably make things happen, move objects and things like that. I'm not debating how strong the mind is. However, how you see it is how you see it. That's just the best. Sorry. That's what I should have said in the first place. How you feel about it is how you feel about it. But I don't want to judge people that, because it's something different. It was something different for me initially, but I got into it and I like it. And because it was just odd, every time I do something, do like what I call a reading. I hate to call it a reading. That sounds more, oh God, burn it girl at the stake type of a thing. I swear to goodness, I'm not crazy. But I keep an open mind to things when something, how should I say, when something works or connects, it intrigues me, and I want to know why. I want to know, was that just a coincidence, and things like that. So when I do what I believe to be some type of a reading, just messing around with whatever, come up with anything. What's going to happen on my TV show? Whatever. Come up with anything. I swear, it's so funny how things hit. I'm like, that's crazy. Then I'll do another one. I'll do something else. And then it happened. It's something, or something connects. I should say something connects. And like, one time I did one on, don't let me scare you guys away. I'm not crazy. Like I said, I don't want that to be the case. But this is something I'll share with you, because this is something I like, and I'm not going to, hide things about me that I don't mind sharing. I don't mind. And so, like, I've done things where, I've done one before where my daughter was talking, it was one of her friends, acquaintances or whatever. I didn't know the person that well. And she asked me a question. I said, let me do one of my things. I did it, didn't know anything about what's going to happen. And then I told her, I always tell her I take notes of what I think is going on in the way the cards are laid out, what they mean, and what order they're in. That's what it's about. What they stand for, I should say, and what order they fall in. That's what we go with. And then you connect the dots as you go along to sort of make it make sense, correct? That's what I do. It's so fun. I'm sorry, it is. And I told her about a person. I told her about something they were going through. I told you how it was going to play out and everything. Just what I'm doing that. And she came back and told me a few months later, word for word, it happened. And I didn't even know the person that well. Anyway, not trying to, okay. I'm not psychic. Well, some people are not, maybe. I think we can have all different type of gifts. That's it. I think we all have different gifts or some similar gifts, and that you utilize it to help people to be something positive and good, honest, but kind to people no matter what you're doing. That's what I do. I like to give people, if it's a warning or something, I wake up out of a dream and I think some things sometimes, and I was like, you know what, I was dreaming about this, and I just, sort of just keep your eyes and ears open or something like that. I find it no different. So, oh gosh, she went on. But that's me. I like to explain things because I want to be able to share things I like with you guys. Anyway, despite the handbag, but I came on here initially to show you this handbag. When I found that in there, it just woke up all of that stuff. So anyway, and I'm going to start doing more things on my life coach and things like that, just because I want to share more things with you guys, give you more updates on how what it's about. I know a lot of people throw the word around, the terminology life coach, but that is something I'm really proud of. That's something I've been doing for years, and I love it. I love motivating people. I like to be motivated. I love motivating people. I like keeping people accountable. I like standing by you, pretty much walking people through life to help them with anything that I feel like I can help them solve. I'm not solving it for them. They solve it for themselves. And I just kind of direct people to think for yourself, and you can figure it out. You're holding the key. You're holding the answer. Because no matter what you tell a person, they're going to do what they really want to do. We know that. You just help them structure where they're trying to go. And things, oh my gosh, anyway, I'm going to get out of here because I'm running my mouth too much. But I wanted to, like I said, show you the bag. I did that. Feel good about that. Take the little extra I did and enjoy that, because one day I may come on here and show you guys some of my readings. I love to do that. I would love to do it. If you think you want to see that, let me know. And if it's something you're not into, I respect that and I understand it. And just whichever, but it's something I like, and I'm going to do it until I don't like to do it. And anyway, get ready to get out of here. Hope you guys are still taking care of yourself no matter what. This is just how I feel. I want to know that everybody's doing well. And I got to check on my own mom, you guys. She was in the hospital. She had suffered a stroke some years ago. She's just some things. It was really hard behind a loss of one of my siblings, one of my sisters, and things like that. It's just something I thought about just out of nowhere. So I got to check on her. So I'm saying this, so you guys check on people, stay in touch with people and things like that. She hasn't suffered another stroke. What's happened is she thinks something happened with her appendix. I think it was her appendix. I think it was whatever. They found some swelling and things like that. But okay, you guys will take care of yourself. Love you so much. Enjoy being here with you. I'll be back soon. Got another video. Gonna push up out here and show you some things. But anyway, take care of yourself. Love you guys so much. Remember to, if you like the video, click the like button. If you want to say something to me, share something with me, give me a comment, and subscribe if you like. If you like my videos, whatever like that, because I'm all over the place. If you like all over the place, come back here. But I'm subscribing, things like that, if you like to. Anyway, talk to you guys later, and that's about it. Bye.